Ranked number 2 in Indiana.
Yeah, and we thought there might have been some sort of introductions or anything, and now they moved right into it.
Yeah,
so
no.
welcome back to Team Toyota coverage presentation of high school wrestling, the championship matches from the Carnahan.
And you have Dylan Campbell of Legacy Christian in Ohio. Dylan Campbell ranked 7th in the country. Is really good. We were just talking to his coach. They only got about 400 kids in their entire school system. So there's a fall for Dylan Campbell.
Yeah, before we even got a chance to update the scoreboard here, Campbell gets the fall at 106 over Bailey. So, did I have any? Oh, we got the third place match going on. Let's move over to that.
It looks like.
Oh no, they're going to go straight to 113.
Yes, so we're gonna go. They're just gonna run it. They said.
Okay, so who do we got at 113 here?
We got Anthony Ball of Crown Point and Nathan May of John Glenn. They might hold. They might. They're probably gonna hold the.
Okay.
They're holding him.
They're gonna hold the consolation so they can get it. So you have Evan Cruz here. And Darian Bowles of Brownsburg. Evan Cruz, really good match in the semis with Jeffrey Bailey.
That was in sudden victory, wasn't it?
Yeah, sudden victory. Some really good scrambles there. I mean, Evan Cruz had to win a tough match to even make the squad. Like Kapoor Novacek was a kid that had been wrestling really well for the Bulldogs. They had a wrestle off. Kapoor is going to be good for the Bulldogs going forward. I think he was a little bit undersized at 6 still. I think he could probably make 6 again next year. So, and just having that depth is good.
And thank you for tuning in here. Championships started. If you're surprised that the championships are going on now, you're not alone because we are too. Things moving pretty quick today, so a little bit early, a lot earlier of a start than we had expected. But thanks for tuning into our coverage from the Carnahan, again presented by Team Toyota. Do business with the team that supports wrestling. That's Team Toyota on 41 in Cherville. Nathan Laird, along with Mike Reiser, Bobby Joe Maldonado, Cody Leneve here on the call. Our cameraman today, we have Joseph Colvin, Bobby Quinn on the camera. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Thanks everybody for tuning in here this afternoon. First time the Carnahan has ever been live streamed.
Yeah, so just a quick recap. They started at 115 like they said they were, sharp.
Yeah, and it was sharp.
What was his name? Nathan Campbell with the quick fall over Jeffrey Bailey.
This is the third place match.
Dylan Campbell.
At 106.
Dylan Campbell's a stud. Sounds like they're going to try to lock Legacy Christian in here for the long term, so that's going to be a reoccurring thing. Get those guys back. They were saying they want to get some Illinois teams in.
Yeah, I talked to one of the coaches from Legacy, and he said this is their only individual tournament of the season, and he's thrilled with his team's performance and just how this tournament's being run. And I think the feeling is mutual about Crown Point wants them to come back. Legacy wants to come back in future years as well.
And what did he say? Their oldest kid's a junior?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
And shout out to all those folks who are watching over there in Ohio. He said they had a handful of people watching.
So we're here at 106 pounds. You got Evan Cruz, Crown Point, really working that shoulder. Bob, you're a pretty good legger. What would you say there?
Yeah. In this position, I think you should fall back a little more like he's doing there. Once you get your back points, now you should start trying to come up on top and try to pin him. And there he goes. Take your leg out here. But that happens sometimes.
2-0 in favor of Cruz.
I think did he get Baxter? It should be 5-0.
Yeah,
now.
I think he gave him.
Yeah, we can't see the scoreboard from where we're at, so Mr. Track is also ahead of mine.
We got Darren Bowles of Brownsburg, or Darian Bowles. Brownsburg coached by Derek Snyder, and Kyle Ersman's over there, region guy, Lake Central stud, 3-time champ. So very well coached team. It's pretty interesting because Derek was at Mishawaka for a long time when they had all those good runs. And then Brownsburg wasn't much of a wrestling school before he got there. They've become a state power over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I believe he won state titles in both places, right?
Yep.
As a team. That's that speaks, for itself there.
Yeah, I would probably be willing to bet there's a real small group of coaches that have won state titles at two different schools.
Right.
I mean, Jim Tante's on that
There's
list.
a small list of coaches that won state titles to begin with.
Yeah.
Let alone at two different places.
At multiple schools, yeah.
Well, when we were there, it was Mater Day and Mater Day.
Yeah.
And this is the third place match at 106.
I want to say
Cruz up 7-0 in the third.
I want to say he won it in both formats, right?
Yeah. And what's cool for him is like he's a big a guy that like really likes to promote the sport. They were like one of the first teams that were like really about the spotlight and the DJ and just making it an event. And I think that helps grow the sport. Like you want even in Crown Point's done a good job and Portage has done a good job of that. Where Hobart has their spotlight and they do a good job, but that's what you want. You want to make it feel like an event. You want to make it feel like a Friday night football game or something where like you're not only are you going to bring in fans, but kids are going to enjoy it.
Well, the one that stood out to me last year, and I believe you were there on our coverage, was the Crown Point at Hobart.
Yeah, yep.
Duel. That really, again, with using the spotlights and everything, Hobart with their introduction videos, it being on a Friday night just gave it a big time feel to it.
Yeah. And a lot of programs have really started to even expand on that. Where like this year they did Jeffersonville did their first duel against Franklin on the tennis courts, and some people taking it to the football field. Some people had it on the stage. Where before it was just like, hey, it was like a real like niche. You got to be like in the club to enjoy. I think that's going to be the win for Cruz there.
And Cruz gets the win 7-0 over Darian Bowles of Brownsburg.
Good day for Evan Cruz.
So at 113, over on mat number 1, you have Anthony Ball of Crown Point taking on Nathan May of John Glenn.
Mat number 3, 113 from Metman Central, Eddie Clem, and from Hanover Central, Jacob Straminski. I need all top 6, 106 finishers to the podium. Top 6, 106 finishers to the podium.
Anthony Ball's been wrestling really well this year. Good pick there. The Sergio Lemley match, I know, look, when you go back and you look at track wrestling, you see that he got pinned. And Sergio's a stud. And Sergio's been a stud. But that was a guy, that was a really close match for a lot of that, and then ended up getting pinned in the third period.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, right? You get in the room with a bunch of good guys, you're gonna get good pretty quick.
Fight to that crossface here, come out the back door. Another takedown. It's going to be 4-1 Ball. And we were there last year for Anthony Ball's kind of breakout tournament that like really got him like starting to get like the idea of him. That's going to be a fall. It looks
That's
deep.
a fall.
Where he was at the Lake County tournament.
Yeah.
Won that as Crown Point had sent their backup, so their B team, and kind of showed like how much depth they have as a program. And he went out there and beat Shammer, who was a state-ranked guy at that time. Beat Lucas Clement, who was a solid wrestler for Maryville. Still a solid wrestler at Maryville. So it's going to be 4-1 or 7-1 after the first period for Anthony Ball. He's wrestling Nathan May, a senior from John Glenn.
In the third place match, Jonathan Rose of Fairhaven leads Jonathan Schultz of River Forest 1-0 in the first. Fifth place, Eddie Clemmy of Benton Central 2-0 over Jacob Straminski of Hanover Central in the second.
Pretty close to a fall there. It's going to make it 10-1 for Anthony Ball.
Yeah, see, that's what we're talking about, Mike, with this power half here. Like,
Yeah.
you have to take your leg out because this guy's going to flip around, and he can roll through. Once you take that leg out, you can catch him into a half position.
Looks like we got
And this
injury
works
default.
sometimes, but, see how he's able to,
Yeah.
to move? If you take your leg out and you jump out to the side in a half position, he can't roll through like that, right? We say if he's parallel with you, he can roll you. If
Yeah.
you're perpendicular, he can't roll you. So some of those situations you got to try to get perpendicular too.
So 13-1 going to the second period. Ball's going to go underneath. So a good switch there. That's going to make it 15-1. May is 11-1 senior. You don't see as many upperclassmen at the lower weights like you used to.
Yeah.
Like I think when you were your freshman year, you had a couple seniors there, right?
Yeah.
It's fall, so Anthony Ball, your champ at 113 pounds for the Bulldogs. So on wrestling mat number 3, we have Eddie Clement of Benton Central and Jacob Sturmansky from Hanover Central. Right now it's 3-1 for Clement. We're gonna get some back points here. So it's 3-3, heading into the third period. It's going to be Straminsky's choice here. He's going to go underneath. Getting high a little bit here. Got a wing.
Oh.
So escape there, 4-3. Hanover Central is one of those schools that has a ton of, tradition of guys that have done really well.
Yeah.
You got Stefan Michik, who's a current Olympian.
Yeah, he just wrestled in some international tournament the other day. I saw Indiana Matt was tweeting about it. and
Yeah. He was
Lost to somebody from Belgrade, I want to.
Yeah, he was in the semifinals at the Euros, I believe. They were held in Serbia. He represents Serbia for the Olympics. He qualified Serbia as a country. So
Not too shabby.
No, not at all. So they had an event going on where it was like your RTCs, which are now, it used to be your Olympic Training Center was just straight, Colorado Springs, but now you have Ohio, you have all these different areas. And he was going to wrestle for the Michigan RTC in the duels, and he had to pull out because Serbia was hosting this event, so he went to Serbia for it, which I'm sure is difficult with COVID. I'm sure
Absolutely.
entering and leaving countries is not the easiest right now.
Right.
In competing in a very contact-driven sport. A couple Indiana guys were able to compete in that event. So one throw here, he's going to land here with this headlock. Trying to see where this person's yelling from. It's so quiet you can hear everyone yelling now, right?
And that's one of the things, if we're going to look at positives, because, why not look at the positives here? We're hearing a lot more of the coaching,
Yeah.
that's going on.
Yeah.
The one I found interesting last week at the Portage Duels is, there was a call that I believe it was Franklin, the kids that weren't wrestling didn't agree with, and they expressed that, and their coach turned around and basically yelled at them to shut up before they get the team
agree
cost a
with
point.
That's the
And like
dude.
you could
So
hear
Zach-
you could hear it clearly on air too. It was pretty good. It's like, all right, normally you don't get to hear. You can see it and you understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
But you don't get to hear it as much. And that's the kind of stuff that while we're in this situation, yeah, it sucks. Nobody likes
Yeah.
this. But let's look at some of the positives, the different views we get to see from this.
Yeah,
I think.
that's
Go ahead, Bob.
that's a tough one. Hearing the coach.
I mean, I had Jim Watkins as a coach.
Yeah.
You don't need an empty gym to hear Jim.
Yeah.
But
You got to make sure you choose your words.
yep. But that's
A
Jimmy
little
too.
better.
Yeah. That's why we're far enough removed here from Crown Point. We could hear them, but maybe not the
Yeah.
exact words they're saying.
That's Jimmy T though. Jimmy T's a legend out here. Jim Tante does a
Oh,
great
yeah.
job for those guys.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to go back to mat number 1, the championships.
They're gonna do the awards. I'm not sure where they're doing awards at. Oh, over there. I see in the corner. So you're gonna have Logan Frazier and Logan Atsano, a junior, an undefeated junior from Legacy Academy, and Logan Frazier from Crown Point. We're trying to get the scouting report on all the Ohio kids from their coach. He said he's pretty tough.
Man number 1, Crown Point Logan Frazier. And from Legacy Academy, Logan Atsano.
I think one of the tough parts about Ohio also is even these guys that are juniors and sophomores, they didn't have a state tournament last year. They canceled Ohio State tournament.
Oh wow.
And man number 4 from Eastern, Eli Ferguson, and from Twin Lakes, Arden Demi.
So we marked this as one of the ones we thought would be a pretty good matchup here.
Yeah.
Good attack there by Frazier.
Yep. It's always a good start.
Good legs in. I think Frazier's really come along, and I mean, Cody, obviously you were in it last year, so maybe, you know, but even as like you take a step back, like as the season went on, he got a lot better.
Yes, he did.
At the state finals, he really wrestled probably his best matches. Cole Ross, that quarterfinal match, even the semifinal match with Cheney Chef.
Same thing happened with Hollandoner.
Yeah,
He really surprised me at the state tournament.
dude, he wrestled great. You know, he took it into a scholarship. He's going to be wrestling in college. He's already been competing, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think part of the coaching has something to do with that too. You know,
Yeah.
coaching and your teammates. You know, it makes it a lot easier to do those things when you got teammates with you there. Your coach has been around there before.
So still 2-0 here with 40 seconds left in the first period. Stalemate call, or potentially dangerous call. And the Fraziers come from a very strong Crown Point, you know, athletic family. His sister played here, played on state
Yeah,
championship
outstanding
team.
softball player.
Yeah,
him-
now playing
put
at
him
DePaul.
neutral.
You know, Logan's having a good career. But he's really controlling those elbows really well, which is able to get him to these shots.
20 seconds to go in the first.
Gonna try to get backs here. 4-1. He's kind of got that like Navy ride position with his arm.
Under 10 seconds.
Try to get that wrist and get a quick back here. We had a fall on mat number 3. Cade Keller with the fall on mat number 3. So Frazier's going to go underneath here. 4-1, Logan Frazier, Crown Point. Another fall over here on mat number 4. Eli Ferguson with the fall.
Are those the 7th place matches on mat 4?
Yeah, I believe so. So it looks like Adesano's a pretty good legger here. He's going to try to dig these in.
Logan Frazier leads 4-1. Minute 35 remaining in the second. This 120-pound championship match from the Carnahan. If you're just joining us, tournament running well ahead of schedule, so we're already on the championship round. They're running the championships, the 3rd place, 5th place, and the occasional 7th place matches all at the same time.
And I mean, one of the things that really is, big coming off bottom is putting 2 or 3 moves together.
Yeah.
You can't just expect to, hit one and have it get away real quick. You got to, create some space, maybe go to 2 or 3 different things and start to chain wrestle there.
Yeah, you create some space, and then you got to get in like power positions, right? You got to get in positions where the guy can't force you back down. So, like in a one knee down, one foot up. Spots that you're not going to get forced back down, and you got some pressure to drive back into the guy.
So 40 seconds here left in the second period. And both wrestlers have really wrestled really well on top.
Yeah. Which is funny if you look at it, because if you ride legs and he ride legs, you would think that both of them would expect what's coming, and both would kind of negate each other, but instead they're actually both using them well.
A little different Crown Point singlet. I know during the Blink era, they always use the circle with the CP, high socks.
They had
white
the
shoes.
shirts and shorts combination the other night when we were here for the duel against Lake Central.
Saw that.
The socks, they still have the socks, but they're not. Everyone wore them up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now they still have the socks, just not wearing them up like they used to.
And Frazier's gonna try to get a Whizzer in here and get away. There's the escape. 10 seconds left. This is gonna make a 5-1.
Logan Frazier's going to take that 5-1 lead going into the third.
It's tough, man. He rode him pretty hard that first period. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I would have chose neutral.
Yeah, I know at neutral too, but he also took you down twice. So.
Yeah.
So there goes the boot again.
Yep.
And he's in good position. You want to kind of stay square. You ain't trying to fall off to the side. When you're in that, Bob, obviously you were a guy that rode legs pretty well. What do you see as the biggest mistake, guys getting out to the side there? And
I think they're where their leg position is, right? See how he's got his right knee over that one?
Yeah.
Over the other guy's right. That's good. That's to keep him in, and right there. You get an opening, you put the other leg in. I think when people come up to their base is when a lot of people fall off. But when they come up to their base, that's when you put the other leg in. So I think a lot of times they're scared to put 2 legs in.
they're going to stand him up here, so he's going to give the escape. It's going to make it 5-2.
Minute 15 remaining in this match.
So Frazier's slowing down here a little bit. I'd like to see him just continue to wrestle the way he was earlier, right?
Got that cradle locked in.
45 seconds left.
There's backs, too.
See,
Good
now
catch there.
right here, he should be trying to force this pin.
30 seconds here. Crown Point's got a pretty comfortable lead. I don't think Brownsburg. I'm not.
We'll give you that team score
You're not a
update.
mathematician.
Yeah, my team scoring is terrible. So,
Crown Point has 305, Brownsburg 249.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure, but
Yeah,
I think mathematically they might be able to do it, but
I don't-
in
I don't
practicality,
think so. I don't think so, because I think the most you can get is 4 points, 6 points. So 6 more points times 14. That's what. Yeah, so maybe 70 something.
so Frazier's going to come away with a major here, 10-2. A really good performance from Logan Frazier, controlling elbows, controlling the pace of the match. That was good.
In 4th place from River Forest, Jonathan
so we're going to move to 126.
Jonathan Rose. In 2nd place from John Glenn, Nathan May. And your 113-pound champion from Crown Point, Anthony Hall.
So they will hand out the awards for 113.
126-pound matches. Mat number 1 from Brownsburg, Braden Eisen. And from Crown Point, Christian Washington.
We have Christian Washington of Crown Point.
From River Forest, Alexander Hogan.
Yeah, 7-1 freshman.
versus another freshman,
Event number
4-0.
3 from Eastern, Matt Grimes, and from
Yeah,
Benton
Brady
Central,
Ison,
James Stokes.
really highly regarded freshman. They do a youth ranking on the Indiana mat. He was always in there.
Adam Rodriguez.
Brownsburg's got a lot coming through the feeder line where they're going to be really tough for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Nice double.
And I think Brady Ison's kind of Brady
beginning of that.
Ison and Preston Haynes are like two of the guys. And Preston Haynes didn't wrestle today, but those are two guys that are going to be kind of leading the charge for them going forward.
Yeah, he's up 5-0 already, so.
It doesn't hurt to have a guy like Leighton Jones, who's a sophomore at heavyweight also.
Yeah.
So it's 5-0.
You're going to go right back to that tilt.
And he's a guy that wrestles year-round also, so it's not like
Oh.
fall.
And there's the fall with 1:07 remaining. The first
Yeah.
Brady Ison of Brownsburg.
He's going to be really good. I think he's going to
yeah.
turn a lot of heads.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to come out of that nasty Mooresville regional, though. That regional is tough with Franklin, Avon, Brownsburg, Whiteland.
Let's go over to mat number 2. So we have Alexander Hogan of River Forest taking on Matthew Adamczyk of Hebron in the third place match. Adamczyk up 2-0. So we start the second. Our fifth place match over on mat number 3. You have James Jet Stokes leading Matt from Benton Central, leading Matt Grimes of Eastern 2-0.
And Hogan had an awesome match in the semifinals. Overtime, sudden victory, loss. But back and forth, it ended up being like, 14-12 or I probably have it in front of me. I'm just not looking at it. But trying to go.
I think it was 12-10.
So a lot of points, man. That was a good one, though.
Yes.
I'm a fan of people that put a lot of points on the board. Damchik's a little deep on that front head. If he gets that a little shorter, he probably could finish that there. Got a fall over on mat number 3. James Jet Stokes with the fall. So we're just down to Hogan and Adamczyk.
Still 2-0 in favor of Adamczyk. It's your last match at 126. This one's for third place.
I think in that position there, he's trying to pull the elbow down. If he pulls the elbow across, I think he has a way better setup there. I'm in the corner. I can't see. You gotta handle it, Cody. What do you got over there?
He's just sprawled on top of him right now. I think he's going to call a stalemate. Yep. There's a stalemate.
So still 2-0 here.
It looked like he got headbutted.
Hogan's close to a couple of those shots.
He likes taking quick shots.
Yeah, a little bit more at distance. Maybe a couple more like feints.
Yeah.
Maybe get him off balance a little bit. He can probably hit some of those.
Yeah, close the gap some.
Good first move there by Adamczyk.
It's still 2-0 our score here.
Pulling across his back and try to.
Oh. If he hooks this and drives it over, I think he's going to be done.
Yeah. If he gets a little bit more. Yep. Don't not lose it there. Yep.
That's the danger there.
Yeah. Leave a little bit more pressure. Kind of put it in
Yeah.
that hand. So 2-1 now.
About 90 seconds remaining in this match. And this is the third place match at 126.
These guys come out same regional.
No. River Forest goes to the Calumet Regional. Hebron goes to the Hobart Regional. And Hebron goes to the Crown Point Regional. So this could be a semi-state.
Assuming Hobart Regional.
Yeah, I said Hobart. I
Hey,
corrected
said
it.
Calumet, right?
Mike's still got to call it the Calumet Regional.
You threw me off for a second. I was like, wait a minute.
It was at Calumet for so long.
Yeah,
Just-
sectional and regional was at Calumet for a long time.
Yeah. Like one more feint, I think. I think he's kind of diving a little bit right now. If he could just give him one, get a reaction, and then he could have it.
About 30 seconds remaining in this match. 2-1 in favor of Matthew Adamczyk of Hebron.
Alexander Hogan should go home and watch some Jordan Burroughs videos.
Yeah.
We had a duel with River Forest, and I remember somebody on my team said that he looked like Jordan Burroughs, and then he followed me on Instagram, and he actually was posting a lot about Jordan Burroughs on his stories, and he was watching a bunch of his videos.
I think he has the explosion part down. He just got to
Yeah.
get that set up. The JB does a lot of the little things to go. Good job. Good defense by Adamczyk. Keeping his hands low. Getting to this front head.
Final couple seconds. There we go.
Yeah. I think Adamczyk's just having that front head a little too deep. I think if he has that a little shorter, he could probably finish it a lot more too.
So that's going to do it at 126 with Matthew Adamczyk winning third place. Over to mat number 1 for the championship at 132.
Yeah, this should be a good one here.
And we got Stephen Roberson Jr. of Crown Point taking on Kyson Montgomery of Brownsburg, a pair of undefeated seniors going at it here.
Yeah, rubber match, right?
Robertson had a really tough match to get here.
Yeah, that was the Brown kid from Legacy Christian. They said that's the 45-pounder's younger brother.
Mat number 1 from Brownsburg.
So he'll probably be going to 26 next week. So Roberson beat Montgomery here last year and then lost him in the state quarterfinals last year in Indy in overtime, I believe.
Mat number 3 from John Glenn Lane.
Braden Brown and Clint Damron on mat number 2.
Mat number 3 for fifth place, you have Wayne Flora and Alejandro Ramirez.
Talking to some of the guys in the Brownsburg room, they just talk about how strong Kyson Montgomery is, and he holds position really well, which makes it tough to score on anybody.
Yeah.
Like
That's key, right? If you could stay in good position, be efficient, conserve some energy. At the same time, you're defending.
Yeah. And Roberson does a really good job of controlling distance with his length. I don't think, there's not a lot of guys that are that tall, and his head and hands defense is so good.
I think he's comfortable in wrestling whole full matches, right? He's never worried about score really. He just continues to wrestle the whole time.
I feel like he's been in a ton of big matches.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In
for his
close
career,
matches,
right?
yeah, close match that he finds ways to win, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever been in just a layup weight.
Right.
He had those matches with Malik Hall when it was Maryville all those years. Last year with Torres from Chesterton. You're here with Montgomery, and they wrestle all year round. It's we talk about that a lot. And we talked about it a lot last year. Some of these guys might play football or run cross country or play soccer. These guys are wrestlers. 365.
Yeah.
Good attack there.
And it shows. You can see it, right? These guys, they're standing out in this tournament because they've continued to train even through all of this stuff that's going on right now,
Ooh, good front head there by Montgomery. Get him going one way and kind of come back on that knee pick. So 20 seconds left here. This would be big for Junior to get an escape. Ten. He's got up to a base. This is going to be 2-0 heading into the second period. But Roberson kind of got extended there on a double, got his head down. Montgomery did a good job of kind of keeping his hips back so he couldn't suck it in.
This was a interesting call about he deferred and Roberson goes down.
Yeah, looks like he's coming out here. Good wrist ride there.
See, and to me, sometimes I like to go down first.
Get a bigger lead.
Yeah, and build your lead some, Now if you get taken down and you go into the third 3-2, Now you're a little forced to get away, you know?
And you have two coaches in the corner here that I feel like see they kind of see wrestling different. Like Vince sees it in a very different way, the movement and stuff.
Yeah.
And Arizman's very much a product of that too. Like you see a lot of adjustments through the season from those two guys.
Yeah. I mean, Arizman is the king of just figuring it out, right? Like
Yeah.
close match, like his strategy, you know, almost worked every time, right?
Yeah.
So
Good attack there by Roberson on that drag.
I think when it comes to like managing the match, I think he was, you know, one of the best to do that.
Now Roberson goes there. And that's where I think Roberson needs to get his offense going, is in that underhook. He's letting Montgomery kind of dictate where they're going in the positioning. He's really good when he gets to that bump single, is able to elevate, get guys off balance with his height. We're here, like Montgomery's got his elbow, so he's kind of got that pass going, right? Now he's back to that underhook position.
He's got to clear that. There you
Goes
Oh.
inside trip. It was close. Coach Cecil loves him in an inside trip.
Yeah.
He's going to go for it again here.
Right.
But here's this underhook. I think that he can elevate this and get to that single.
Yeah.
But Montgomery's kind of controlling that outside elbow.
Uh-oh. There you go.
Gonna pull this
Circle
in,
to
get
it.
it in.
Got to circle to it.
He's in a ways there, 10
Short
seconds.
time.
Limp arm here.
He's got a tight
Three.
shin whizzer in.
Yeah, he does. Did he have his wrist too?
I think so.
Underneath it, that was a weird spot. So Montgomery's choice here is up 2-1, Kyson Montgomery.
Yeah. I figured he was going to do that or take
Yeah.
30 seconds. So, yeah.
So takedown match here, and Roberson's been close.
Yeah. He was in good on that last one. Oh, drop there. He should drop there.
Going to this whizzer here.
He should
You got that
step that
seatbelt.
in. I
Yeah.
would put that leg in.
Can come around the head and get that right there, maybe.
Too strong for that. And whip it.
I think Montgomery used to get into trouble. He's gonna get this takedown here. There's two. So he's gonna tie it up 3-3.
He got to go again, I think.
Where Montgomery used to get in trouble when he was younger was he'd get
There
into
you
these
go.
upper body
Told you.
catches. He's calling for injury time.
Oh, imagine that.
So 3-3. It's gonna be. It looks like Roberson's gonna let him go. It's gonna make it 4-3, with 1:17 left here.
Braden Brown's looking for the pin. And he got it.
It's tough, man. It's gonna be fun watching him here for 3 more years, especially with the lineups that Crown Point's running out because they're all young. Crown
Yeah.
Point only got
He's gonna.
one
This is
senior
going to
in lineup,
be either his
two?
favorite tournament or his the hated tournament.
Oh yeah. Those guys are grinders, though, man. You
No.
sound like those guys.
I'm saying to the competition.
Oh
He's
yeah.
either going to wrestle, you know, he's going to either wrestle really well and come out of here smiling, or every year he's going to be disappointed.
Yeah. From the sounds of it, those guys travel the country pretty well.
Yeah.
So this is the last match going. We got 1:17 left. It's tied 3-3, so I think they're gonna have the decision to say, "Hey, we're gonna go." You gonna let him up?
You should. Yep.
Yep. Gonna stand him up. Make it 4-3. Montgomery, no stall warnings yet.
Right. And that's the key. Like, just push the pace, right? You can tie the match up with 2 stall calls, right? You don't necessarily have to take the guy down. So as long as you just continue to push the pace.
And this is where I think I think is his best attack. That underhook.
But he's slowing himself down with that, you know?
1 minute. Oh.
Oh. And he's got a Turkin.
Yeah, he does. He's kind of caught him off balance there in between.
Yeah. Try to force a little too much, I think. But
He's still an escape and a takedown away from tying it.
Yeah.
Lost that Turk. He's got to come up here. Build a base. No stalls on either side. So he's got a leg here. $25.
You gotta be
that's-
careful here.
Yeah, that's a stall. But I don't know if he's getting hit for 3 stalls in 16 seconds. You know? Good tight spiral there, coming out to the front, keeping pressure on the hands. 10 seconds. That's a stall. There's 1. 4 seconds.
If he gets a switch here, it's tied.
It's going to have to be a real quick switch.
Yeah, they should just let him up. They should just push away.
Yeah. So Kyson Montgomery, your winner, 6-4.
Your 126-pound finishers from Eastern. In 6th place, Matt Grimes. In 5th place from West Central, Jeff Stokes. In 4th place from River Forest, Alexander Logan.
Should be a good one here at 138 with Cameron Leclerc of Legacy Academy, ranked number 1 at 126. Sounds like he's going to be moving up a weight class. And Indiana's number 1, Jesse Mendez, at 138. Both wrestlers undefeated. I'm at 2 competing for 3rd. You have Will Wisniewski of Fairhaven Christian and Dylan McClevey of Brownsburg. Wrestling for 5th, you have Ian Gonzalez of Hebron and Holden Deno of Benton Central. And wrestling for the Constellation Championship for 7th, Adam Rodriguez of Twin Lakes and Ezekiel Gomez of Hammond Morton.
From Benton Central, Holden Deno, and from Hebron, Ian Gonzalez. Man number 4 from Hammond Morton, Ezekiel Gomez, and from Twin Lakes, Adam Rodriguez.
Mendez goes that outside dump right away. And then over under position. A little bit of blood time or contact. So blood time, I'm at number 1. So Will Wisniewski. Okay, well, we're back to action now. Trying to get to this inside tie here. A little different look. Lecure, a little more shorter, stockier guy.
Yep.
Shorter arms. Shoots him out. A little pancake right there. Caught
Same
him.
result, though.
Yeah. He's going to make it 7-1. No, it's going to 7-2. He's going to let him go. He's been hitting this, like, fake shot, like Bulldog there. Got that Turk, too. Takedown. Here's the Turk coming across the neck. It's going to make it 11. It's going to make it 14-2. 40 seconds left. Now he's going cross-face cradle. He's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. So now it's going to be 15-2. Four seconds left. It's 15-3. 15-3 hitting here in the second period. I don't think a lot of guys have gone the second period with Mendez this year.
No, not at all.
Got a wing and a half, got a little high there. So get the escape. Make it 15-4. Back to that underhook position, kind of driving him. Good, good
Wow.
snap. Good head positioning there,
Yeah.
too.
The top 6 132-pound finishers to the podium. Top 6 132 to the podium.
Still neutral. A minute 9 here left in the second period. It's 15-4, Jesse Mendez. Real heavy on the head here. Good snaps. Kind of going upper body here. Double gold medalist in the Pan American Games in Greco, so probably knows how to handle himself in the upper body also.
Yeah, he'll be all right there too.
I feel like Cameron's like trying to wait for a mistake from him, kind of, but there's not really that many there present.
Good attack there, but I would willing to bet like LaCure is one of those guys. He's a 26-pounder before he missed weight.
Yeah.
He's probably not ever really been the guy that's not the more stronger wrestler. He looks like he's pretty thick.
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
So I think that's a different vibe when some guys are just like kind of manhandling you a little bit. He's probably just doing more than
Well,
manhandling.
and even the technique, right?
Yeah.
It's so much different.
Well, it's little things. It's
I mean, the power in it.
Yeah.
Like you think 10 pounds is not a big difference, but it is when you're putting a crossface on, right? That extra strength.
They're about to go to the third
Yeah.
in 4 seconds.
Well, Newski, your winner on mat number 2. Yeah, it's not only like the power and like the strength, but it's like there's little things that he does that like guys just don't do. Like right there, like some people kind of go to their hip and try to cut the corner. He squares back up, gets away, then starts going. Like it's hard. He's getting that underhook, and this guy wants to go forward, but he's driving him with his head. Like it's harder to like push your head, your neck, and your back, where some guys are just trying to push with their arms.
Right.
Like his head and hand positioning is, probably the best of any of the high school kids, definitely in Indiana. He stops with his face right there. I think he's trying to set up this inside trip. Nope. Nope, there it goes. It's tough now. Now this, this dude doesn't want to,
Yeah, you don't want to engage too much.
Yeah, now you're backing up.
Yeah. But that's what he's going to get, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. They're going to wrestle him like that.
Right, and if you're backing up, and you're not getting a stall warning there, like that wasn't a step forward at all. That was straight back out. I mean, I understand, but sometimes in this match, like you don't have anything to lose. Like, what do you have to lose now? You're down, 12 to the number 2 guy in the country.
Yeah.
So this is the last match on this in this weight. We had a winner from Wisniewski.
Need all the 132-pound top 6 finishers to the podium, please. 132 top 6 to the podium.
Holden Deno is your winner on mat number 3. And Adam Gonzalez was your winner on mat number 4. We're back at it here. 1:20 left in the third period, 17-5. Oh, he goes inside trip. So 1 minute and 3 seconds left. Good double.
Yeah. That's the one thing I like watching him with. Is he's not scared to be in any position. You
No.
know? Actually, sometimes he wants to be in your position just to beat you in that position. You know?
Yeah, well, that's what I tell a lot of people when we talk about it. Is like that's a kid that like really loves to wrestle.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be disappointed, but not because of his performance. He's gonna be disappointed that there was points in this match where they didn't want to engage.
Yeah.
You know, like he just wants to go. Like he wants to wrestle the best guys all the time.
Yeah.
But I think those are the guys that like will have more success at the next level.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like I felt like Brayton Lee was like that. I thought Nick Lee was like that. Guys that like really just love to compete and get out there and be on the mat.
Yeah.
Where you've been around it like at the highest level, where and I'm sure Cody you've been around guys too that like they're good but it's a grind. They just don't like the grind anymore.
Yeah.
DC that's the DC thing, right? Like embrace the grind. That's like legit. Like people really don't know. I mean, you see it in every sport though.
Yeah.
There's 5-star recruits in football that just don't when they get there they just don't want to do it no more.
Yeah, and some of it comes from where you come from too, right? Your coaches and things, they can kind of mold your mindset with some of that, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously Vince and Hawkins been around a long time, so they're always chasing that too, right? Like they force him to chase things higher than probably he expects, right?
Right. And it helps having like a good family structure too, man. You
Yeah.
have a mom and dad or supportive sisters that support them no matter what, and I think that's that's big. Good outside. $25 seconds left.
He wants
Nice.
the pin here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of like I don't think he's upset with the performance. I think that he's like upset that it's not as much engaging. Like he wants to compete,
Yeah.
and just like that's a big part of it. And having a 2-parent household that's supportive and finds ways for you to do things. Because I'm willing to bet when he traveled to Colombia for the Pan Ams or he traveled to Europe to wrestle in the Worlds, it's not cheap.
No.
I went to one and twice, man. It ain't cheap.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Oh yeah, for sure. And those, more importantly, are like life experience.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, like that stuff. That's,
getting to see the world that's probably one of the most underrated things, right? People don't take advantage of it.
no. That's
I mean, like, I went to Turkey one time for a cultural exchange, but as far as the country, I've been all over the country just from wrestling. You
Yeah.
know? And that's big. A lot of people don't get out that much, period. But to be able to at least experience a lot of different big cities, all the states pretty much,
yeah.
that's big.
And then when I'm getting to go through in softball with my daughter.
And yeah, and he's in a level where he's seen countries.
Yeah.
Not even states anymore. He's at a level where you're seeing different countries.
Yeah. So 24 seconds here, 19-6. Takedown here, the tech fall. I think he's looking to get the fall here. Oh, one headlock. He's going to try to roll through. Hooks the leg. It's going to be a tech fall. Once it scrambles it. That's it. So technical fall for Jesse Mendez. I've been willing to bet that kid doesn't lose a lot of matches like that. That kid's good.
Yeah.
As you're watching it, and you're like, Jesse's just down. That kid's a good
he
wrestler.
got out of a lot of positions that most people wouldn't have, like avoided.
Yeah.
His defense. Now he was all defensive, and that was probably his objective, was not to get scored on it at that, but still to be able to prevent him from scoring as easily as he can on anyone else. That was good.
If you're just like the casual observer tuning in, like that's a good match. Like that kid wrestled him tough. It's just
Match number
right
one,
now, and
ladies and
like I said, I don't think that kid's ever probably been dominated like that a lot. This is gonna be a good match right here. This might be the best match of the finals.
Yeah, Gavin
from Eastern
Brown
Luke
versus Cody Goodwin.
Yep.
Fetzner, and from Brownsburg, Sedimir Singh.
Gavin Brown,
Match number
Indiana
two from
Matt,
Benton Central,
preseason
Zach
Open champ, nationally ranked.
Atkinson, and from Havenport, Carlos Ceros. Match number four from
But
Twin
Indiana
Lakes,
Matt, he beat
Reed Richards, and from
Hayden Watson. He beat Javan Estrada there, who's gonna be up next. So this should be a good match here. And Cody Goodwin won some good matches at Super 32. Lost a year last year, his freshman year, where I think he could have been a medalist, maybe a semifinalist. So this should be good. Good summer for Cody. Cody pinned Elijah Chacon over the summer. Beat Matthew Kuntz, who was a runner-up last year. So on the other mats, good shot here by Brown. Going to that dump. Cody got that whizzer in. Takedown for Gavin Brown. On mat 2, you have Sadbir Singh of Brownsburg and Luke Hetzner wrestling for 3rd. Wrestling for 5th, you have Zach Atkinson of Benton Central and Carlos Ceros of Hammond Morton. And wrestling for 5th,
Got injury time.
Reed Richards and Ashton Bailey. So all those guys' matches are going on. We're right here with the finals.
2-1 in favor of Gavin Brown. Today's coverage coverage all season long presented by Team Toyota in Cherville. Do business with the team that supports your sport. That's Team Toyota on 41 in Cherville. I thank all the fine folks over there and all of our sponsors for today's live streaming sponsorship. And this is the championship round. We are well ahead of schedule here. In case you're just tuning in and surprised that we're already on the championships.
What's your choice here, Mike?
I'm going to go underneath it from Cody. They went to Fur. I mean, he didn't really ride him. He was trying to get takedowns, maybe let us go back 2-2. I thought he was kind of fighting those off, even that last one. I think he probably got to be a little bit, I think that was a false start. He's right. He wanted to go right on the touch, man. We appreciate everyone spending your Saturday here with us. So he's going to let him go. It's a 2-2.
He's been getting in pretty good on shots. So.
Yeah, I think he's timing up this like step. Right there, yep. Going to that overhook. Good double there.
It's good defense.
Yeah, I think Cody has really good hips. And I think he's incredibly strong.
Yeah, because that was a little unorthodox, isn't that? That's their traditional defense there.
He had an awesome. So still 2-2. That's what it seems like. So we had a fall on mat number 3. Atkinson with the winner. .53 seconds here left in the second. If you're Brown, what are you going for the third? You going to go underneath?
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, tied up. Unless if he scores, then maybe not. But I think if it's 2-2, you got to go
front
underneath.
head here, kind of snap him back. I would say that I think the top position is probably Goodwin's best position. So I don't know how much scouting they've done.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're both good. You got to assume that obviously he's not going to get turned, right? Worst case, he gets rolled out. I mean, he can, but you feel comfortable that you're not going to get turned at least, and still going to be tied up, right?
Yeah, 24 seconds here. Good attack.
Good defense.
Yeah,
Both
good.
of these guys,
Ah,
man, it's some really good defense.
good shin whizzer there. He's going to tag that ankle.
There's a
trying
lot
to
of
get
time
hands.
left. He might get it. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
good attack on that ankle. Now good. That's gonna be 2. Good. They're gonna take that to the table. I think they're saying he had to came back and grab that
No,
leg.
maybe not. I don't think he realized he can.
So it's gonna
Well,
be 4-2.
Some of those other states are a little more strict on
Oh,
some of the coaching, I guess, rules. They follow a little more strict.
Yeah, there's not a lot more question. Second
Like-
caution.
Like Illinois, I know for sure. Like you have to be sitting down,
Yeah, I think Ohio is too.
and they're pretty big on that. You staying in that seat,
So I think this is where Goodwin's best at though, in the top position
right?
with his crossface cradle. And he kind of sets it up how Dave used to show the setup, where he's gonna hook that back ankle
Yeah, and
and then
elevate.
come across. Yeah. Come back up here. Nice. Take that right to the hip.
He can get hit for stalling here.
And Gavin Brown's ranked 17th in the country by flow, which is, good. And I don't even think Cody was on the sophomore top 100 list, but could have been because he didn't have a season
Yeah.
last year. But I definitely
Yeah,
think
I'm
he's
sure.
like right in that mix.
Yeah.
So minute 30
I
here.
think if he wins here, he may
Yeah.
get a little recognition for it.
Yeah. Cody Goodwin up 4-2 here. But we kind of talked about it in some of the other matches. Brown needs to put 2 moves together. He can't just
Yeah.
go one, get his
Yeah.
hips up, and hope. He should be putting 2 things to create some distance.
And Goodwin still has. I mean, that's just warning. He could still
Second false start.
get hit twice and he'd still be fine.
138 to the podium.
I mean, it'd be tied, but in a minute he's not gonna get hit
Yeah.
twice.
No.
He's gonna probably get hit one more time at the most. So you really have to make. You have to create some
Yeah, and it's not
scramble. He's got to create something.
like it's not like they've been calling it a ton,
Yeah.
47 seconds left here in the third period here. Cody Goodwin up 4-2 on Gavin Brown. Singh was your winner for 3rd place over Hetzner. Atkinson was your winner for 5th. And Ashton Bailey, the freshman from River Forest, was your winner for the consolation bracket over Reed Richards. So he's got that wizard. There's 10 seconds left. They might hit him for a stall here. Nope, one stalemate.
Yeah. See, that's where I think it's a stall. You right?
Yeah.
The first time you gave him the stalemate, I think the second time.
.22 seconds left here in the third period.
138 to the podium. 138 to the podium.
Oh, he went for that back cut.
You should
10
kick away.
seconds
He should be
left.
kicking away.
For
There.
the stall, 7 seconds.
Hey, 7 seconds, a lot of time to get away.
Yep. Needs a reversal though.
That was the second one.
Was it? No, it was first off.
I thought that was the second one.
No, it was first off. That's it. Cody Goodwin knocking off Gavin Brown.
for 138-pound finishers. In sixth place from Hebron, Ian Gonzalez. In fifth place from Benton Central, Holden Deno. In fourth place from Brownsburg, Dylan Mamoki. In third place from Fairhaven, Will Ozalewski. In second place from Legacy Academy, Cameron Lepore.
It's a big win. That's a real big win.
That was a really good match too to watch.
Jesse Mendez.
Yeah, both those guys, huge, like high level defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Good
There's
hits.
a lot of good defense.
Man number one from Crown Point, Javin.
Stuff that you can't really teach, right? They
No.
were just kind of just
Legacy Academy,
naturally doing some things.
Cooper. Man number two from Brownsburg, John.
So another Crown Point Legacy Christian final here. Russell competing for 30, you have Talon Morissette of Eastern and John Rissenberg of Brownsburg. Competing for 5th, you have Joseph Henry and Angelo Ramirez of Hanover Central. And competing for 7th, you have Jose Alvarez and Malcolm Erstberger of John Glenn. David Estrada been on a real good tear, Illinois State placer. Erstberger, a sophomore for Legacy Christian. They also said that school's only been in, they've only had that school for 4 years. Good shot here by Cooper. Estrada might give up a couple takedowns, but
yeah. I think he's a slow starter, right?
a little bit. He has got a motor on him, though, man. He wrestles hard.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean. That's why I think once he gets going, it's good for him.
Cooper DMP'd at Ironman last year. Had a couple, couple solid wins, but lost there.
145 to the podium, please. 145-pound finishers to the podium.
Get some throws down here in front of us on mat number 4. Jose Alvarez. So Coach Lurk's going to take that to the table. He thought there was a takedown there. Morissette trying to get a rock him back for a cradle here. Got a cradle locked up. Both neutral, so it's 2-1 still. 36 seconds left here in the first period. Joseph Henry, the winner by fall on mat number 3. Takedown for Estrada with 10 seconds left. Estrada's going to go 3-2.
Morissette gets the pin.
Yeah. Look good today. Alvarez also getting the pin. Ooh. Weird scramble there. He's got a headlock.
That's why he's dangerous.
Yeah, dude. He's got good hips. He's a goer, man. He doesn't stop moving. Oh, that's tight. Good camera angle.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be it. Yep.
Fall for Javin Estrada, 120 in the second. I think for the state series, guys are going to have to wrestle him for about 10 minutes, man.
Yeah.
He's got a motor. He don't stop.
Yeah. Slow start, but it's going. It's going.
Yeah.
25 finishers.
We'll get you a team score. We'll get you a team score update here shortly.
So now you're going to have Orlando Cruz and Nick Cicerelli, which will probably be a pretty good match here. Cicerelli looked really good against Buckley in the semis. Orlando Cruz been having a really good season. Competing for third, you're going to have Jake Serafin of Wheeler, Jr., and Bryce Buckley, a senior from Eastern.
You guys just did the final? You guys just did the final? We did the whole day. That's cool.
Yeah, the whole day. Competing for fifth place, you have Jacob Porditsky and Nick Vargas of Hammond Morton. And competing for seventh, you're going to have Jaden Francenshine, I think it cut off, and Micah Burney of John Glenn.
Heading into this 160-pound final, Crown Point leads with 319.5. Brownsburg in second, 261.
Nick Vargas.
You know, both guys ranked here in the state. Orlando Cruz, number 4 at 160. And Nick Cicerelli, number 14 at 152. Good pick there by Cruz. Good job getting his hips square and keeping the hips back.
Yeah, overall, been good defense, right?
I said, I heard the feedback. I said, man, I hate it.
Sorry. Producing from two sites while I'm here as well, so I should know better than that.
Sorry,
by now.
ladies, he's taken, so.
Yes.
Still 0-0 here in the first period with 30 seconds left between Cicerelli and Cruz. Cicerelli's doing a good job of keeping that head kind of on that shoulder, like feeling where like the attacks are coming from.
Yeah. Yeah, just by having a hand on somebody, you could feel.
Yeah, just like his forehead right there on his shoulder, he can
Yeah.
kind of like see like where the level change is going to come from, right? Good front head here by Cruz. Cut the corner, he's going to get this.
5 seconds.
Takedown. Cicerelli trying to get an escape here. Short time, nope. I was giving the Brownsburg guys a little bit of a hard time in the cafeteria. I said, man, like, how many coaches you guys got?
Yeah.
They doubled the amount of people allowed in the gym today just on coaches.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, those guys come here and they expect to be in every match. You're going to need coaches at every
Yeah,
match.
definitely. That's a reflection, right, of your program. The more people you got helping, better you're going to be.
So 2-0 Cruz. Cicerelli's going to go underneath. He's going to get out there, so it's going to be 2-1. Oh, Bryce Buckley. Another headlock.
That looks really tight.
Yeah, that does not look like it's fun to be under that thing right now.
2-1 our score here in this 160-pound championship match. Minute 25 to go in the second.
Good attack there by Cruz. Cruz building up to the base here, cutting the corner. I think he had the right position there and went for that spin. He was kind of pushing the hip, pushing the head down. I don't think he needed to go that spin there.
Yeah, it's a dangerous to do anytime.
And good for Cruz to kind of just stick with it and follow him.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 4-1. He's looking to pull out this bar arm series.
Yeah, he's going to take some gas out of him here.
This is really good coming out the bottom right now, so
Yeah,
4-2.
That was good. He's still in the match.
25 seconds to go in the second.
You know, he made 2 mistakes and got taken down, but he's still a takedown away from being tied.
Yeah. 15. Yeah, I don't know. You don't need that distance shot there. Not when the guy has good stance. You're not kind of getting him to move. You're just kind of scooting on a square shot. They're not giving away a lot of stall calls today.
Right.
That's not going to be like one of those things that you add into your corner and say, hey, look, I got this stall warning.
Yeah. And you start wrestling better guys, it's harder to get away with some of those things.
So Cruz going to go underneath. 4-2. Chasing 2, how long do you ride him for?
What's that?
If you're chasing 2, if you're Cicerelli, how long are you going to ride him for?
Oh, I think 30 seconds at the most.
Want to get a leg here.
I think if it gets under a minute, though, you got to stay on top.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that you're close right there. You're kind of off, too.
Yeah.
And we talked about that in one of the earlier matches with the legs. Like, when you start losing that hip,
Yeah.
it's going to be a reversal here. Make it 6-2. Anytime that you slide off to a hip and you're, like, basically they're square and your hip off to
Yeah.
the side, it's going to be tough to ride there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one. You just got to bail out. He should have just bailed out, stood up to his feet, and gave him 1.
So a minute left in this third period. 6-2, Orlando Cruz, Crown Point.
I think that's another mistake people make when they're riding on top like that. They're scared to just ditch it and go give up the 1, you know?
Ooh, Cruz almost made a mistake there, pulling back on top of him.
Under a minute to go here in the 160-pound championship match. Orlando Cruz of Crown Point leading 6-2. As the Bulldogs look to extend their lead in the
Kind of head back in
team score.
crab ride position here. Caught an ankle. Trying to turn in. There's the 1. (6-3). Gotta get going. Something goes back or get 2 off.
Down to the final 20 seconds.
(15). Takedown for Cruz. He's going to make it 8-3. Cruz going to be your 8-3 winner at 160 pounds.
Your 152-pound finisher is 6th place from Hanover Central, Angelo Ramirez. In 5th place from Venice Central, Joseph Henry. In 4th place from Brownsburg.
That's going to take us to 170.
In 3rd place from Eastern, Carnahan Morrison. In 2nd place from Legacy Academy,
Your championship match there will be Gideon Ramos of Fairhaven taking on Brody Porter of Eastern.
Yeah, pretty good match here on mat number 2. For third place, you have Nick Tatini and Griffin Eisen.
From Brownsburg, Griffin Eisen, and from Crown Point, Nick Tatini. Mat number 3 for River Forest, Dion Hearn, and from Wheeler, Hayden Price.
Dion Hearn and Hayden Price.
Twin Lakes, Dave Francis China, and from John
France China and Micah Bainey. This should be a good match. This was Yusef's pick to click, Gideon Ramos.
He called that early in the day on our Facebook page.
I think Brody Porter's pretty good too, so I know they're watching. Good shot there by Brody. We asked Gideon Ramos what he placed here last year. He said third. Lost to Peyton Asbury, the placer from Brownsburg in the semis.
Ramos of Fairhaven in the burgundy and gray shirt and shorts. Porter of Eastern in the black and green, some yellow singlet.
Good takedown there by Tatini on the line on a Griffin Eisen.
In the championship round, we're focused on the championship matches. We'll keep you updated on the other ones.
Hey.
2-0 still.
Under a minute to go in the first. We're in the final round of action over at the Hobart Super Duels. It's the Brickies taking on Goshen.
Oh, you could have a Ruben Padilla and Nick Olson matchup there.
Listen, I didn't mean Goshen, Chesterton. They took on Goshen earlier. I can't read.
Still there.
We saw that one earlier. Go back and watch that.
You can go back and watch Nick Olson and Ruben Padilla. I didn't see who won that. Nick Olson's good though.
I should probably know when it's a local team versus a local team, but you know.
Brody Porter doing a nice job following here. Trying to get to the step over Turk. Keep it above that. If he would have kept that above the knee, I think he could have had back points there.
Final 10 seconds of the first. Brody Porter still up 2-0 over Gideon Ramos. 170-pound championship match. Again, we are focusing on the championship match. If this ends and there's still third or fifth place match or even a seventh place match going on, we will go to those.
So 2-1 now.
Currently, Chesterton leads Hobart in that duel, 21-12. And you can watch that on our Facebook page. Under a minute to go here in the second.
.30 seconds here left in the first.
Got a score on that Nick Tatini match there, Cody. You can look that up for us, please.
5-0 Nick Tatini over Griffin Eisen.
There we go.
It's 5-1.
5-1. Yeah, going to the third.
20 seconds to go here in this championship match. Still 2-1.
4-1 now for Brody Porter. Brody Porter's tough.
Yeah, definitely.
State
Looks
qualifier
pretty-
last year.
Yeah, he looks pretty strong.
He said he's been on the scene for a while. He's had some good results, some good ISWA results.
Stays in good position.
Griffin Ison with the takedown's gonna make it 5-3. You got a wing going. Looks like he's trying to pull it into a bar. Got a wrist and a wing now. Trying to go to the head lever.
Just over a minute remaining. 4-1, Brody Porter of Eastern with the lead here in this 170-pound championship match.
Trying to go that side ride. Trying to take that leg in. Brody Porter get the takedown there. He's gonna make it 6-1. 6-2. You let him go.
Under 30 seconds left.
Heavy hands. Gonna make it 9-2.
15 seconds remaining.
160 to podium, please. 160 to podium.
Nice return. It's gonna make it 11-3.
Yeah, I think you're really seeing the strength difference between these two wrestlers here.
Definitely, right? That's. You probably get stronger as the match goes on, right?
Yeah, Brody Porter, your winner, your champ. Nick Tattini taking third place. Got a fall here for Jaden Francesca. And Deanne Hurd and Hayden Price is 9. It's 10-7 over there.
Take you over here to this fifth place match. Hayden Price leads Deanne Hearn 10-7.
With a minute left.
Hayden Price of Wheeler in the gray, Deanne Hearn of River Forest in the gold. At the 182-pound championship coming up next, Seth Willems of Crown Point taking on Patrick Adamczyk of Hebron. 15 seconds to go in this fifth place match. Still 10-7 in favor of Wheeler's Hayden Price. 15 seconds remaining. And that's going to do it. Hayden Price of Wheeler takes fifth. So back over to match number one.
In sixth place from Hebron, Jacob Reyes. In fifth place from Hebron, Nick Vargas.
So I mentioned Seth Willems of Crown Point taking on Patrick Adamczyk of Hebron.
And your 160-pound champion from Crown Point, Orlando Cruz.
Orlando Cruz on the award stand wearing a Santa Claus hat.
Very festive.
It is the season.
Yes, it is.
From Hebron, Patrick Matichak. And from Crown Point, Seth Willems.
So we're going to have
Match number 2 from Fairhaven,
Patrick Amachek and Seth Willems. Wrestling for 30, we have Andrew Edwards and Sam Lapadat. Competing for 5th, you have Colton Selekas and Dalen Grease. And Hayden Brown and Krishan Stuckey. That's the next time. Williams trying to get double unders here, trying to suck him back. Good switch there. Good follow. Again, I think that's like a mat time thing, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of guys was just trying to run at him there, just kind of let him go, follow his butt, and then attack.
Today's coverage all season long of high school wrestling is presented by Team Toyota. Toyotathon is on. Do business with the team that supports wrestling. It's Team Toyota, located at 400 Indianapolis Boulevard in Cherville.
Williams going to his bar arm here. You got to keep a little bit more pressure on that, try to get that across. Little Granby roll by Amchek.
Big guys don't do that too often. He's long too, it seems, right? It's pretty tall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cody, he was a guy that wrestled lower also last year. He wrestled like 52-60, right?
Who?
Amchek.
No, I didn't wrestle any chick.
No.
No, we never saw Hebron, I don't
No.
think.
I think.
Oh, wait, no, he was 70.
He was 70.
I wrestled a first-year guy at the Hobart Super Duels.
Yeah, I thought he was smaller. I always came up. Not as small as the other one.
"20 seconds remaining here in the first. Seth Willems up 2-0.
There it goes, Mike. See? Took his leg out, came out to the side, got the half, and now you get the fall.
Job.
6 seconds.
Good
There's the
job.
fall with about 5 seconds left.
Again, I think Seth Williams is the guy that Crown Point's going to need to get bonus points at the state tournament. And I think he can. He was freshman, sophomore champ as a freshman at a bigger weight. I think sometimes he gets a little like off to the side on that leg grab, but that was perfect right there.
Let's go to our third place match over on mat number 2.
Got a fall.
And let's go to our 5th place match over on mat number 3.
And
There's a fall there.
You're the
All right,
Widowmaker,
yeah,
man.
you know. All right, guys, come on now.
Now they're just messing with you.
Let's at least make it seem like I know what I'm doing.
So Andrew Edwards of Fairhaven Christian got a fall. And I think Zaveka's got a fall. Let me see.
170-pound finish.
So we're going to go to 195. We're going to have Trevor Hoffman of Hebron, not the closer for the Padres.
I'm going to say, if they were doing intros, would you have came out to Hell's Bells?
I
or
think he
not?
kind of is obligated to.
Yeah.
Taking on Cade Gardner of Brownsburg.
I know he
That's
gets
a kid may
mullet.
not even like the song, but everybody's going to have make him do
He's
it.
got a mullet. I think he would like that song.
Yeah.
There's been a few molds today.
Yes, I seen that dude pull up in a Camaro earlier. It was weird. T-top. And Kate Gardner from Brownsburg.
Man number 1 from Hebron, Trevor Hoffman. Versus Brownsburg, Cade Garner. Man number 2 from River Forest, Caleb.
That's going to be your championship at 195.
Man number 3 from Eastern, Nathan Herb. And from Hanover Central, Mitchell Usman. Man number 4.
Competing for third, you're going to have Caleb Pacey and Will Clark, the freshman from Crown Point. You have Nathan Hurt and Mitchell Usman competing for fifth.
We have another consolation match. Mat number 4, Hayden Brown of Benton Central, taking on Krishan Stuckey of EC Central.
Aiden Torres currently up 10-3 on Christian Padilla over at the Hobart Super Duel.
Quick takedown for Kate Garner.
He went to that Mills throw or Mills roll.
Four to 1, just 30 seconds into the match in favor of Cade Gardner.
It's 30-12 Chesterton in the Crown Point or Chesterton Hobart duel. In Chesterton forfeited 6-13.
I believe that is the championship over there. I think with some of the buys and everything that ends up that both teams go in there competing for the title.
And what weight you said they were on?
They're at 32.
But they started at a different weight.
They started at 82.
Yeah, they started at 82.
They bumped Gage DeMarco. He got a win over Bobby Babcock, and they bumped Bates to heavyweight.
And I want to say that was like a 7-2 win for DeMarco as well.
Yeah, 9-3.
Right there, nope.
Got a fall here on mat number 4.
You got a big throw from.
Yeah, Will Clark. Clark. Got the
Clark
fall
at the
for Will
pin.
Clark.
15 seconds. Cade Gardner up 6-1.
They're saying he got the pin.
So 6-1 Gardner after the first period here.
182 to the podium, please. 182 to the podium. All 182 finishers to the podium, please.
Thinking this might have been a dangerous down choice.
You think this guy's gonna get some legs going or what?
Maybe.
Little crossface cradle action.
Something. I had a guy one time that was really good on top. I think he was 220, or maybe it was 215 at the time. But anyways, we'd always defer because we knew the other guy was going to go down. Actually, he's one of the few people that used to beat Geelan.
Oh, yeah, Jack Seaman, right?
Jack Seaman, yeah. He beat him. He never lost to him. He beat him like 2 or 3 times, actually.
I'm sure. That's a
They were
difficult
young.
thing.
I mean, Geelan was young and he was old, but still, you know?
Yeah, Geelan came
Nobody-
from middle school just killing kids because he
Yeah.
was the same size.
Yeah.
And then you get a guy that can ride legs. Like, that's just not happening to you at the middle
And
school
that's what
level.
happened. That's what happened. He pinned him once, I think.
If you've ever seen any of Geelan's weightlifting videos on social media that he posts,
No.
they're impressive.
Yeah,
Let's
I
put it
could
that way. It's-
imagine. They were probably impressive when he was an
in
eighth
middle
grader.
school,
Yeah.
but now they're just weights you couldn't even fathom that he's
yeah.
deadlifting. It's insane. 8-1 our score here in the second.
Yeah, I was to say we get 2 choices because we would defer and then go down. And then we would choose top if we had to again.
And that's just like the old, like, hey, we're going underneath, we're going to get away. It's like, some of these guys are pretty good on top.
Yeah. Well, I keep telling Eric he was a coin toss away from being a state champ because we lost the flip and the guy went top on us and turned him and pinned him. I was like, oh man, I just wanted one shot on top, you know?
They
Because I think he would have turned the guy and pinned him. I really do.
so that one backfired on you. You guys deferred.
Yeah,
and he was
they
like,
knew.
Ah,
Yeah.
you ain't getting fooled. Like at the state finals and the semifinals, you ain't getting fooled anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a guy like I'm sure Pataxel. I mean, Hinkle coach Pataxel. I'm sure there's a lot of people that were just like, I'm going underneath him,
Yeah.
and he's riding dudes and turning them at an
Yeah.
all-time high. Kind of look like Hoffman out here.
Yeah.
So 8-2 Gardner.
Just over a minute remaining here in the second.
We're about to get a fall on mat number 3. Getting closer to wrapping the day up. About 2 hours before we're supposed to start the finals.
Yeah, about 2 hours
Yeah.
before we're supposed to even start the finals.
I think that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, and I think, and we've gotten a lot of feedback on it the last couple weeks once we started our wrestling coverage about should these events be taking place. And I've talked to a lot of the athletic directors and coaches about the precautions they're taking, and one of them is to get events like this moving.
Right.
that you'd like to have, you'd like to break it down and put them under the spotlight
Yeah.
and everything, but you have no fans, so you don't necessarily need all the fanfare anyways.
Like fans send you that? Like, hey, should you guys even be going there and covering these?
Yes, and should these even be happening? But again, you look at what coaches are doing in regards to who you're working with in the room and everything like that. And then when you're working in the weight room, Mike Pointer from Portage was telling me last week, even when they're in the weight room, they're at a cluster of 4 at the very most, and it's the same 4 guys that are always working together. Hobart is taking at least 2 buses to every away event.
Right.
So to keep kids away from each other, they could spread out a little bit more on the bus. We saw it the other day. They took a break
How they do
in the
it
middle of
with
the duel
football?
to sanitize. With football, I'm not sure on the bus situation there.
'Cause I mean, you'd have to take 4 buses.
Right. Right. And I saw, and I mentioned this on air before, Coach Cook from Hobart, one of the things he mentioned I saw on social media was that, like, you look at wrestling, you're in direct contact with one person when you're competing versus football, basketball, other sports where you're in direct contact with how many other people.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're huddling up
You're huddling
11
up.
guys every time.
Right.
And it's not
Basketball,
like
you're playing man-to-man defense on 6, 7 guys, 8 guys during a game.
you're not having the same 11 guys in the huddle.
And again, part of those procedures, again, events like this, you'd like to stretch things out and give the kids the chance to wrestle under the spotlight, the introductions and everything. But part of the procedures to keeping everybody safe is getting them in and also getting them out.
And saving our postseason, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
We got to do
yeah.
all those things now so that we can secure that later.
Right.
I'd hate for them to cancel the state tournament.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what, talking with people, outside of the office and everything, it's like, all right, what do you look at? Do you consider, and obviously they didn't do it, things are going well, but do you consider punting on the December part of the schedule just to make sure you get February?
Right,
And for
yourself.
basketball, make sure you get March, because you got to make sure you have those parts. But so far, things are going well. I've had a few cancellations here and there and postponements, but
So 8-2, Corey Gardner here in the 3rd period, a minute to go over Trevor Hoffman of Hebron. I've been impressed with Corey Gardner. I thought I keep saying Corey. I don't think it's Corey.
It's Cade.
Cade Gardner.
Cade Gardner.
Cade Gardner. Went to that roll again. He's going to get it again.
Yeah.
Got the lanes forward. Got the ankle hooked. Cade
35
Gardner.
seconds left.
They sent a text to me earlier and said that he's been in the program, that he's a club kid, so he's been wrestling a while. Mm-hmm. 33 seconds left.
11-2 in favor of Garner. And we want to thank everybody who tuned in here today from Crown Point, who tuned in from Hobart. Checking out our coverage, all presented by Team Toyota. You could be out there doing some last-minute shopping and everything, but you're watching high school wrestling. Then you can go shopping.
Yeah,
Day's
you-
going to be over early enough to get that
Well,
done.
you can have your phone in line,
That's true.
show it to some other people. Aiden Torres with a tech fall. Ethan Contreras with a fall. 41-12, Chesterton.
20 seconds left.
More blood. 17. This is Blood Time brought to you by.
If you're interested in sponsoring our coverage, including Blood Time naming rights, you can contact the Region Sports Network at 219-923-2169.
I'm telling you, man. There's
Mike Reiser's been pushing that for a couple years now.
the Red Cross, they want blood donations. Perfect time.
Yeah.
How do you like your steaks? Extra rare? You get the Blood Time.
Bobby, take notes on these potential naming rights. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. On the cameras, Bobby Quinn, Joe Colvin. Giovanni Alcantar was here earlier, operating one of our cameras.
When are you guys on next?
That's a good question. We are on next for wrestling or just in general?
In general.
In general, we got some basketball coming up the week after Christmas. Got some other special things planned. I can't go into details about
Nice.
just yet, but some things we have never done before on the Region
Right.
Sports Network, some live broadcasts. So
Is it Chris Ramirez riding a bike around town?
it is not.
I seen that.
It is not.
Your 182-pound finisher.
I saw.
In sixth place from
Man, there's a kid. So when we built our house, when we registered the girls for school, they said, "Man, you live right next to the Mantises." I said, "I don't know who that is." And then I seen like the other night he got like 49. I said,
He
"Oh."
put up 48 with 12 rebounds against Portage.
I said, "Oh, so he's pretty good." There's these two real tall kids that run my block now.
He will be announcing his college commitment on Christmas Day.
Nice.
Seth Willems.
Trying to take away from JC's birthday. I see how he is.
Yeah.
So we're at 220 here. Yeah. Isaiah Street.
Isaiah Street, and from Fairhaven Christian, Michael Schreiber. Mat number 2 from Crown Point, Paul Clark. And from River Forest, Ethan Silver. Mat number
We got a
3
rematch on Mat 2.
Yeah, Ethan Silver.
Solos.
That was a good match earlier, too.
Zach Vanderwall.
Ethan Silver caught him with a headlock early.
And Michael Schreiber of Fairhaven Christian, a senior, 9-1. We were talking about it earlier. I can't remember who Brownsburg played on ESPN. I'm going to look it up right now. I'm sure someone will tell us in the comments. I think anytime you have like an Indiana high school team playing on ESPN is pretty cool. St. Xavier, Ohio. And Isaiah Street was in the background, like the backfield the entire game.
Yeah, that's a school I told you we used to wrestle at.
Yeah.
St. Xavier.
So we don't have a match here on mat number 4. Sounds like they're starting to get stuff cleared up. Paul Clark and Ethan Silver competing for 3rd, and Dominic Somos and Zach Vanderwall of Benton Central competing for 5th. So we'll try to keep you guys posted on those results, and we're going to watch the one here in the middle, 0-0. Got that underhook. And he's kind of got that same thing where he's trying to get that the stall warning. Trying to get that underhook, elevate, and get that shot off.
45 seconds to go here in the first, scoreless in our 220-pound championship match.
Tell you what, these guys are making that mat look small.
Yeah, they are.
I'm looking, thinking like, man, is that mat smaller?
Isaiah Street was pretty tall and like lean last year. He's kind of filled out a lot more.
Yeah.
They do a good job with their big guys, man. There's a stall call. There's one.
As Schreiber gets dinged for the stall.
Cross ankle pick, head and arm here. He wants that ankle bad, right?
Yeah, that was
That's
good.
about 4 ankles in a row.
Yeah, it was good defense.
1-0 Street at the end of one.
Paul Clark on top over here, riding a hard half. Getting ready to turn him. Dish the legs there. We had a fall for Dominic Somos in a reversal. I think what we were saying earlier, Paul Clark probably should have dished the legs when he started going there and just kind of
Yeah.
sunk that half and try to roll through.
Yeah. So you're in parallel, you could get rolled.
Reversal there for Street. He's calling some injury time. Did he knock his tooth out? They like grabbed his tooth out of his mouth and started calling injury time. Now they're stopping injury time.
I remember that happened in the regional finals with, the regional finals. Luis Rodriguez got kicked in the mouth,
Yeah, I do remember that.
and his tooth was hanging down from his braces because he wasn't wearing a mouthpiece.
Was it regional or was it
Yeah.
sectional?
No, it was regionals.
I think it was at Hobart.
Yeah, it was regionals. Because he wrestled. That Portage kid beat him. He got the forfeit, the medical forfeit.
Yeah.
Minute 10 remaining here in the second.
Clark looks really high with the legs in.
Yeah. Still 3-0 here with 1 minute to go in the first or second period between Isaiah Street and Michael Schreiber of Fairhaven Christian.
In that third place match, Paul Clark leads Ethan Silver 5-2. That one's in the third.
Good shot there by Paul Clark. Silver diving for an ankle here. And put himself in a position to get potentially dangerous. Street really pushing the pace here.
95 to the podium leads 195 to the podium.
Paul Clark leads 6-4 now.
That's with just over a minute to go in the third. Here in the championship match, Isaiah Street of Brownsburg up 3-1 over Mike Schreiber of Fairhaven. Second stall against Schreiber.
So that's another one 4-1.
That's his third, actually.
Yeah,
That was
third.
third, yes.
Next one's
Second
2,
point.
and then the
Yeah,
next one will
second
be a DQ. Down to the final 2 matches out at Hobart. 53-12, Hobart over, or Chesterton over Hobart.
Wow. Is that a surprise to you or not?
A couple spots. I mean, Chesterton's really good.
Yeah.
Giving up 2 forfeits, it's going to be tough to compete with like their Crown Points and when they go to Team State in 2 weeks. Good pancake there. So it's going to make it 6-1 for Street heading into the third.
Update on our team score here. In fifth, we have Legacy with 147, River Forest in fourth, 154, Fairhaven in third, 161, Brownsburg second, 266, and Crown Point 341.5.
I think
Again, I'm not good at math, but they're not going to catch them.
no, they're not going to catch him. I'm not good at math either. We could be the non-good at math club.
That's right.
6-1. Look like they're going to get a reversal here. You can get a 1 escape. Make it 6-3 or 6-2. $130 left, 6-2. I think Isaiah Street's going to be a state medalist. And I mean, a couple stall calls here. You know, you could have probably pushed a little bit more action. But the Fairhaven Christian kid, Michael Schreiber, I mean,
Yeah,
he could
he's
probably be a state qualifier level guy if he wrestled the IHSA tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think Street's got a nice size, right, for that weight class.
And he's mobile. I mean,
Exactly.
how many 220s you seen get, 4 pick attempts in a row, and how many
Yeah.
220s you seen that are stopping that?
Yeah.
Paul Clark is still up 6-4 over here.
And he looked like his condition's pretty good, too, which is big for some of those big weights.
All 95 finishers to the podium, please.
Under a minute to go in this match.
He's kind of blocking right now. Right there's a good shot. Oh, missed it there. Little drop in double there. Got poked in the eye.
While we're on this injury, Bobby, let's go over to mat number 2. Since we have Paul Clark over there, he's up 6-5.
Hawk, dude, I'm dead. He had like a bloody. He had like a nose plug fall out, it was all bloody. He tried to hand it to Hawk. Hawk said no chance. Like ran away from him. He's not wrong. Like I'm not trying to get bloodborne pathogens either, but you just don't see a lot of coaches run away like like hands up, like don't do that.
That match has 8 seconds left. Back to our championship that has 35 seconds left. Isaiah Street of Brownsburg up 6-2. Blood time over on mat number 3.
And Mike Schreiber with 20 seconds left here. He's going to need a takedown and some back points to tie it up. It's going to be tough because Street closes distance real well. Now they're going to hit Street for a stall. Paul Clark to his back.
Paul Clark's going to get the win.
Take 2 takedowns, 2 near falls. Going to make it 10-5.
And Isaiah Street gets the 6-2 win at 2:20.
Down to the big fellas.
To close out the day, we move to 285.
Wrestling for your championship, John Mollenkamp of Wheeler and Leighton Jones of Brownsburg. Competing for 3rd place from River Forest, Nathan Paisley, sophomore, 9-6, and Jack Reese, sophomore, 8-5. Completing for 5th place, Colin Foy of Hanover Central, a freshman, 3-4, and Keaton Loudermilk, a sophomore from Hebron.
Mat number 2 from Crown Point, Jack Reese, and from River Forest, Nathan Paisley. Mat number 3 from Hebron, Keaton Loudermilk, and from Hanover Central, Colin Foy.
Get to that underhook here. I mean, it's such a dominant position for the big guys, getting that underhook.
Yeah.
I mean, you can control where they're going. Like 2-on-1s and underhooks. I mean, I know that's, maybe not more of a redundancy, but those are 2 spots where you can control positioning.
Mullen Cup and all Greater South Shore Conference. First team offensive lineman for the Bearcats.
Nice. I believe Leighton Jones was the first team, all-state tight end also, but I'm not positive. I can
Pretty
look it up
impressive
real
as a
quick.
sophomore.
Let me look at it.
He is big for a sophomore.
Yeah, he is.
He's a nationally ranked tight end by the Prototype, and he's a top 100 class of 2023.
Okay.
Is that good?
That's better than I was. Under a minute to go in the first. We are scoreless here in the 285 championship match. Mullen Cup of Wheeler, Jones of Brownsburg. Seconds.
Still 0-0.
Over for 3rd place, Jack Reese and Nathan Paisley, Crown Point versus River Forest. Scoreless as well. I believe
Getting
these are
the body
final
lock.
2 matches of the day.
Big step there, big step, big step. Jack Reese did that big step with that outside. Oh, Paisley's going for it. So 0-0 after the first period here with Mollenkamp and Jones. Paisley with the fall.
Paisley gets the fall. Take 3rd place at 285.
Jones trying to work that bar arm series, trying to pull that out.
220 to the podium, please. 220.
Oh, right to his, I thought he rolled him right to his back there. Look at Larry Babcock out there being nimble on the mat.
I told him earlier he did a good job. Minute 25 remaining in the second. We are still scoreless in our final match of the tournament. Yeah, Crown Point has the team title completely locked up.
Ooh.
I'll tell you what, that took a lot of gas out of him right
he
there.
running
Yeah.
a wing.
Now he's going to run into his ear here, settle back. Ooh, 3 near fall.
Transition.
Friend, tough on top, man. I think I got some blood. So I think you're bloody, buddy.
Leighton Jones up 3-0 as we stop for blood time. 25 seconds to go in the second. Again, those team scores: Crown Point 341.5, Brownsburg 266, Fairhaven 161, River Forest 154.
I think the heavyweight coach at Brownsburg's done like a really good job since he's been there. He's had guys under the lights. He's had guys in the semis. And look what he did with Ricky Clark a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Dorian Keys.
Yep.
First year wrestler, won state.
Yeah. "13 seconds here left in the second period. The second period. It's been Jones' choice going in the third period. Good work to our base. Separate hands, put in the back pocket, turn in. Stuff his head, face him. It's a good transition for a big dude.
Yeah. That's a good transition for a little dude.
Yeah. There was a lot of guys in that front headlock position earlier
Yeah,
working their
couldn't
way
do
up.
that.
Yeah, they didn't do that.
Yeah.
That makes it 5-0 with 90 seconds left
I would
in
be
the match and the tournament.
I'd be willing to bet Mollenkap gets a lot of those bigger dudes to that like single leg position. They go back down.
Yeah.
Don't base up, face them, and get a front head.
Right. Stuff ahead, kick your leg back.
College football score for you guys in case you're interested. Halfway through the first quarter, Notre Dame's up over Clemson 3-0.
Pretty good. I was just talking to Hawk about that. Seen Brian Kelly trying to pull a power move.
Yeah, said they weren't going to go play in the tournament if family's going to go.
Yep.
We'll see what happens if they actually make it.
Yeah. Sounds like a non-Notre Dame
Yeah,
fan there.
you should have said that. You should have said it after, not before.
Yeah. Hey, good job, man. We'll see you, bud. Good job.
5-0 still, under a minute remaining.
Last match of the day.
I believe they're wrapping things up from Hobart here shortly if they haven't yet.
Yeah, they're down to the last 2 matches.
Yeah, they're
Down to the last match. Tyler Turley got a pin over Brandon Bolin. They're on Cade Johnson and
then-
Simpson.
Yeah, 170. That's 2-1 in favor of Simpson. So yeah, they started at 82. That's your last match over there. They're running way ahead of schedule too. Well, with Valpo being out, but they thought round 5 wasn't going to start till 3:30.
See you guys. Have a good one. You too. Have a Merry Christmas, buddy. 5-0, Leighton Jones.
16 seconds remaining.
Looks like your champion is going to be Leighton Jones of Brownsburg. He's going to be a tough out for the tournament in general.
Yeah.
And Leighton Jones gets the victory for Brownsburg to win the 285-pound championship. We'll give you those one final team update, team scores, and then we will wrap things up here from Crown Point. The Bulldogs win the Carnahan, 343.5 points. In second place, Brownsburg, 270. Not sure if that's factored in that match just yet. Fairhaven in third with 161. River Forest in fourth with 158. And in fifth, Legacy Academy with 147. So that's going to do it here from Crown Point for the Carnahan Memorial Invitational, presented by Team Toyota. Do business with the team that supports your sport. That is Team Toyota. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, spending your Saturday with us. Our crew today, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our broadcast crew, Mike Reiser, Bobby Joe Maldonado, Cody Laneef. Thank you, Cody. I forgot how to pronounce your last name for a second, so I apologize, buddy.
You're good.
On the camera, we had Bobby Quinn, Joe Colvin, and Giovanni Alcantar. I want to thank Bill DeRula, the athletic director here at Crown Point, for all of his hospitality, having us come out to stream today. We'll have more high school wrestling presented by Team Toyota coming up after the holiday season. So stay with us at regionsports.com, regionwrestling.com, facebook.com/regionsports. So for everybody at the Region Sports Network, my name is Nathan Laird saying thanks for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a Happy New Year. We will talk to you guys coming up very shortly. This has been a production of the Region Sports Network, where the region comes to wrestle.